Pulsex is going to be coming out very soon, potentially next month in May, right? According to Richard Hart. How do you think this is going to do relative to Uniswap and Pancakeswap? If we go over to CoinGecko and we look at the top two exchanges, decentralized exchanges, we get to see over the last 24 hours there's $1.2 billion traded on Uni, and on Pancake there was $400 million traded. How could we get an idea of the potential demand for Pulsex before it actually goes live? Well, we can use three different things. These are all macro level things. First, we're going to take a look at Google search volume, right? Google is the largest search engine in the world. So we get an idea to contrast the three between Uni, Pancake, and Pulsex on what people are actually searching for. Then we're going to take a look at the second largest search engine in the world, YouTube. We're going to look at the three of those again, Pancake, Uni, and Pulsex. And then we're going to take a look at their websites. Which website actually ranks higher? And you're going to be like, well, Pulsex is not going to be able to compare to these other two. Well, maybe, maybe not. Wait until you see the data that we have at this video. And it might not be what you're expecting, right? You would think Pulsex, there's no way Pulsex.com could compare to Pancake or Uniswap because both of these are live. Well, that is not the case, and you'll find out later in the video. So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it's good to freaking see you. By the way, if you're returning and you didn't subscribe already, that's why I'm scratching my head. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? This is your second night here. You should definitely subscribe, press the bell notification so you get notified when new videos come out. Anybody else, if you want to support the channel because you like the content or get provided some type of value, you can check out links down below. So let's get into this video. So we took a look at this. We know that these two are the premier, right, exchanges. This is for Ethereum, right, and I believe this is on Binance's smart chain or blockchain or whatever. And then this is going to be on Pulse, right? Well, when I look at these things, I always try to understand things from a different angle that nobody else is really covering. And nobody else is taking a look at Google, right? Nobody else is taking a look at the search volume. So what we did here is put Uniswap, Pancakeswap, and Pulsex worldwide over the last 12 months on the web. So this is Google search all over the world. And we get to see, obviously, Pulsex is going to be 0 throughout here, but we do see a little dip here. We're going to go to the 90-day view in a minute, but across the board, kind of interesting, Pancakeswap has far more interest than Uniswap. Interesting, right? If we come over to the average, and this is the search interest relative to an absolute amount, right? But we get to see here that there's like 3 to 2, meaning there is 3 searches for Pancakeswap for every 2 searches for Uniswap. That's kind of interesting, even though when we look here, people probably just go to uniswap.com or uniswap.org, right? Because they use the protocol more often, maybe. Might be the case. I don't know. Because remember, you're like Uniswap v3 has $1.2 billion worth of transactions versus 400 million. Right? This is on Binance, so that could be part of it as well. But there's definitely more people searching on the web for that. Let's take a look at 90 days and then we'll look at YouTube. Oh, and this one I haven't seen yet. Okay, so over the last 90 days, this is kind of interesting. So this is why I like to take a look at different time frames. When I do these, you get to see a clear trend. If we pull up our little thing here, I like to do this just sometimes so I get to see what like a trend line would look like, right? And you just try to get it close to what it might be across here. But we get to see a clear trend down in Pancakeswap over this time period. That's interesting. With Uniswap, again, it looks like it's dipping slightly. Yeah, it definitely looks like Uniswap has held obviously more consistent, but it does look like it's, if this, you look at this first 30-day period here, it does look like it's down relative to that across the rest of the time frame. So that's kind of interesting. Let's take a look at YouTube search volume. And let's take a look at the last 12 months. So this one is kind of cool to take a look at. So over the last 12 months, again, Pancakeswap, far more popular. The Pancakeswap name is the branding, right? Like, look at this cool fucking cartoon thing, right? Like, there's lots of people who like that shit, right? It's not something that's important to me, but I'm sure it is to some people, right? And Pancakeswap is also far more capable, from my understanding, with trading, earning. You can do NFT type shit on here, like, and NFTs have been, very popular over the last 18 months or so. So that's also going to drive this the traffic here more so. But look at this, just over this last, I think it's 90 days or so, and this is the YouTube search worldwide between the three of these. Check this out. So again, Uni, Pancake, and Pulsex. Pulsex is in yellow. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Okay. So we have easily Pancakeswap is far more popular, right? Easy search volume, because then this gives you an idea of what people are looking for. Which, if you understand what people are looking for, it gives you some indication of potential demand. And look at this. So this is over the last 90 days. We have an average of 8. It's probably hard to see because of the yellow, but it's an 8 for Pulsex versus 10 for Uniswap. That's interesting, right? That's very interesting. These two are very close. It looks like just, you could just see like more blue points, which is Uniswap, than you do yellow. But that's very interesting to see that. Let's take a look. One more thing. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. See if we notice anything strange. Well, Uniswap is 10 and Pulsex is 9. So Pulsex, if you just look over the last 30 days, has actually gained. But Pancakeswap is just fucking dominating them. Absolutely dominating them. Also, you can just see here, Pulsex is primarily North America, right? US and Canada and Australia, like Western speaking, and then parts of Europe, right? Where people are speaking English probably, where Pancake is dominated in Russia, parts of Africa, it looks like right here, South America over here, right? Central over here, Mexico. So that's kind of interesting. But let's take a look at their websites, right? To understand which website people are actually going to, right? Because if you go to, right, if you go here, this is how, at least how I go to the Uniswap, DApp, right? I come into here, very, very simple, nice, right? But I go to this site here and then I just click launch app, right? Maybe somebody has it like already set up, so they just go there, but that's how I get to this. So, and even if you do this, it still just tracks everything that's associated with the uniswap.org. So this would still come up even if people are just going straight here. So let's go to Uniswap. So this is Alexa. Alexa.com is an Amazon company. They do web analytics. And they rank websites. They rank websites relative to other websites based upon the traffic, the estimated traffic to the sites, the bounce rate, the page views, etc. And when we look at Uniswap globally, and remember, there are millions of websites. Uniswap is ranked 3,700th, right? 36.99. That's pretty high, right? That's pretty freaking high, and that's globally. We get to see an increase in popularity. The trend looks like it's down, but that's just the way they structure this, right? It started out at it's actually decreasing in popularity. Duh. Right, so it was at under 3,000. Wow, that's in the top 3,000 websites. That's crazy. 2,907. That's incredible. It's lost some popularity. In the United States, it's ranked 4,200. Right, so globally is more popular than in the US. Interesting. Let's take a look at Pancakeswap. Pancakeswap in the Pancakeswap, we would guess this, right? Because based on the search volume, Pancakeswap is in the top 3,000 websites. All of them. And check this out too. Look at the 90 days for Uniswap. It's like jagged for the graph over the last 90 days. Pancakeswap, it's just like this is losing popularity pretty consistently over this time period, right? It was, holy crap, 90 days ago, it was 661st. So 90 days ago, Pancakeswap was in the top 700 websites. All, like Google, Facebook, all of those websites. They were in the top. That is pretty freaking incredible. Wow, that's astonishing. But we get to see here, it's not really popular in the United States. Interesting. It's far, far, far more popular outside the United States. So more popular than Uniswap across the world, and specifically in the United States, we have 37,500th ranking, and Uniswap is 4,000. So not nearly as popular in the US. That's kind of interesting piece of data. But let's take a look at Pulsex. Pulsex is 23,000th and 11,000th. So interesting, right? We're going to talk about this chart in just a moment, but this is the thing that stood out to me. In the United States, Pulsex is ranked 11,722. Pancakeswap is ranked 37,000. Wow, interesting. More than 3 times popular website that is not even launched. Like this isn't even like you can use it as a test net, but it's not even up yet. This is interesting, right? That's fascinating. I found that very interesting. Globally, 23,000. So not even in the same league, right? It's not even in the top 10,000 sites. And another thing that we noticed is that the graph is like up and to the right. So that's a good thing, right? Reaching peak popularity of around 16,000. And then towards the end of March, we just see a drop off. However, hopefully you guys can see this. Oh, you cannot. Let me zoom and go a little higher. You get to see this portion right here for the last like 2 or 3 days. It's been leveling out, meaning hasn't had this precipitous drop off just down and to the right like we saw here. Let's get rid of that. So maybe we see things starting to turn. This could be interesting. What will happen when it launches? Are we going to see it get into this territory? I don't know. Look at Uniswap. Uniswap's 4,000, right? 4,000 in the ranking in the United States. Pulsex is 11,000. Uniswap is like the thing, right? They have, remember, they've got $1.2 billion worth of transactions. Uniswap only ranked 4,204th. Pulsex, 3 times, right? Less than 3 times as, you know what I mean, popularity. If you take 3 times 4,200, right? I said 12,000, so it's less than that in terms of the disparity between these two. Interesting, right? And it's more popular, at least in the United States, right? That's where I'm located, so that's what I'm paying attention to. But it will, from a demand standpoint, we need, if somebody is paying attention to or wants Pulsex to succeed, I think it will be obviously definitely successful, in my opinion. But this will be interesting to track as we move forward relative to these other 2 sites, right? And it's also interesting too because they're all on different blockchains, right? We've got Binance's here, we have Ethereum here, and maybe you can trade other things on both of those. I don't honestly know. And here we have Pulse Chain is going to be on. So this is very interesting. If you guys found this interesting as I did, take a second and share with somebody else that you know, trying to grow the channel and bring more of this information. I want to actually do crypto related stuff. Just that's all I do, not the other stuff that I do, and focus more on this. So if you enjoy the content and you like, well, that would be cool to see more of this type of content, then share this video. It helps out hopefully a friend that sees this and finds it interesting. And it also, or share it to Twitter. You can also follow Twitter down below. It also helps me move closer towards that goal, selfishly, obviously. So if you want to do that, you can check out the links down below. There's also a Instagram and my other YouTube channel that is related to fitness. So that's what I do. That's primarily what I do, is the fitness related stuff. So this finance crypto stuff is very, very fascinating. So if you want to help out with that, make sure you share the channel. You can jump over to the fitness stuff. In the fitness channel, it is, again, fitness related stuff that I guarantee you've never seen anywhere else. It's fitness stuff that is on the fringe of society, just like we are on the fringe of society. By knowing what a DEX is, by understanding Uniswap, by understanding Pancakeswap, by understanding Pulse, right? X, we are on the fringe of society. That is like the other YouTube channel. It is on the fringe of society in terms of what the world thinks of relative to fitness, whether it's drugs, whether it's some type of, compound that allows you to do this cool thing or affect your blood work, or if you're taking cholesterol medication, there's other ways of actually doing that more effectively. Your blood pressure is high, or want to put on muscle, you want to get tan. There's something you can actually do to get tan. Like amazing, amazing shit. So go check that channel out. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.